Yo, what up guys? Toxic here. I'm going to make another Rogue PvP video for you guys. This is mostly going to be Mage Rogue with some commentary. And I'll show my talents here because a couple of you guys have been asking. I'm going to be making a complete Rogue guide pretty soon here in the next week or so. Before TBC comes out and the pre-patch comes out, so you guys can be prepared. You guys know what to do. Just hit that like button and let's get started with the video. Alright, so starting out here, we're fighting Druid Warrior. It's Mage Rogue, of course. I'm going to go ahead and look for this Druid. While my Mage 1v1's the Warrior. I don't end up finding him, I don't think, not yet. So I go ahead and try to help the Mage a bit. And I go ahead and try to sap this Warrior. Usually you want to sheep him instead, but he doesn't Berserker Rage. So we end up getting a good opener. I go ahead and slice and dice after my cheap shot. The Druid is going to come out and Fairy Fire me, so I cloak and vanish it and open on him immediately. I want to gouge him so I can wait for my Mage to get nearby and then kidney. And he trinkets that. At this point, if he trinkets, you can actually blind him and reset into a new stun DR, but I go ahead and garrote him and rupture him. And I'm just trying to get more wound poison stacked on him before my next kidney shot. So I'm waiting on my stun DR. My cheap shot's off stun DR, so I go ahead and cheap him into a full kidney. At this point you can see the Mage has all of his damage and he has a full kidney, so after this is the Mage CS and the Druid goes down. Still have my blind, so if the Druid trinkets and he's in human form, a good play to do is blind him and be able to sap him, wait on your stun DRs and then just open back up and you'll be able to pretty much 100-0 him. Alright, so going straight into the next game, we're fighting Lock Shaman. Usually you want to use Shadow Step to sap the Lock because they can see you from pretty far away. Go ahead and cheap shot this Shaman into a kidney if you resist it. But he ends up trinketing nothing because he thought I was going to kidney him there, so that actually worked out to my favor. Go ahead and garrote and rupture him. And as you can see here, the first cast they always do usually is always a fake cast, so I hold my kick and I kick his second cast, and now I garrote the next cast he does into a kidney. I also blind the Lock to interrupt his cast, but the Mage ends up breaking it, but it doesn't matter too much because we end up getting the Shaman down anyways. Alright, so next game is Druid Warrior. Go ahead and let the Mage 1v1 the Warrior while I go look for this Druid. I know he's going to be in range of this Warrior so he can heal him, so I go look over here, and I end up finding him, cheap shot. I go ahead and gouge while I let the Mage come nearby, and the Warrior resists the Nova, so I kidney, but he intercept charged me. I trinketed immediately so he can't disarm me, and I actually blinded him there, but the Mage broke it, so that was kind of unfortunate. But I go ahead and cheap shot DR on the Druid and eviscerate. And I do get disarmed here, so good tip, if you get disarmed when the Druid's low, you can actually garrote silence while disarmed, so if you have a vanish available, go ahead and garrote silence him if he's low. Or you could always swap to a different offhand with wound poison on, and I do this frequently, so I could go ahead and stack wound poison. So yeah, you just go ahead and swap your offhand to the weapon that has wound poison, and you spam Shiv. Alright, so next game we're fighting Pally Warrior. Usually you want to open on the Pally, try to get bubble as soon as possible. You can open Warrior, but you need to spell steal the sack first so you can CC the Pally. So this game we end up opening on the Pally. I'm waiting for my Mage to get Nova, and I go ahead and cheap shot the Warrior so he can't spell reflect the sheep. And I should have gouged the Pally here, but I end up just building combo points, so I get stunned. But I trinket and kidney the Pally because I think my Mage gets the sheep. Pally has to bubble. Now the Warrior does get dispelled, so he doesn't have to trinket, so I go ahead and pop evasion and try to keep facing him so I don't get destroyed. I blind him so I can run away and try to get a re-stealth. I think he's saving trinket for our next go, which is fine because I'm able to get some food ticks off and get a re-stealth. So now the Pally's off stun DR, so I try to make my way back towards the Pally, but I get knocked out of stealth. I try to shiv the Warrior, it doesn't really do much because he has freedom. So I try to go back on this Pally. I am able to get a kidney by the time the Mage gets a sheep, so the Warrior actually has to trinket. But I'm able to cheap shot the Pally, and the Mage actually saves me with that root. That was really good. So my cheat death procs, and I'm sitting behind the pillar. I'm trying to bandage. I'm able to actually bandage up a bit while the Mage casts Blizzard on this Warrior. So go ahead and get a re-stealth, and from here it's pretty easy. We just 2v1 the Warrior, and that's pretty much the game. Alright, so next game we're fighting a Paladin and a Warrior again. This game I'm able to actually get the sap in the Pally, so I go ahead and go in. I'm trying to wait for my Mage a bit, so I go ahead and get the sap. I'm waiting for my mage to be able to CC this warrior a bit, and I go ahead and sheep shot a little bit early, but the mage was able to get a sheep finally. And I'm sitting here in stealth waiting to garrote the pally because I'm making sure he can't dispel the mate or the warrior. And we actually do get bubble here, so I shiv the warrior and try to start running for the pillar. The mage I see starts chunking this warrior's health, so I'm going to actually swap with him. Cheap shot. Trying to get a kidney into a kidney. At this point I blind the pally. He probably should have trinketed, but we ended up just destroying the warrior. So yeah, this team wasn't very good, but it kind of just shows you what you want to do against pally warrior. You mainly want to go for pally, especially get the bubble. You can always swap to warrior later on, but yeah, you just want to make sure you always save your stuns for the pally, especially when the warrior gets sheeped or is rooted. Alright, so yeah, this game is double rogue versus mage rogue. This mage is a palm pyro mage, so you want to be extremely careful, especially when he pops his burst. So yeah, go ahead and sap him, look for this rogue. Pretty sure I find him because perception is OP. Sap him again and cheap shot him. I immediately rupture, so even if he trinkets, he can't get away from us. And I short DR kidney because I know he's going to trinket anyway, so there's no point in doing a full kidney. So yeah, as you can see here, the rogue has full bleeds, and I saw the mage pop his cooldown, so I immediately vanished just in case he's going to palm pyro me. But the rogue dies, so I end up coming out with cloak, and I end up finishing this rogue off. So yeah, at this point I run to the pillar. The mage is still trying to kill me with arcane missiles. I know he's going to blink here, so I just keep running around the pillar, and I'm going for a re-stealth. He sees I get the re-stealth, so he just ends up leaving the game. So yeah, last game here, it's Mage Rogue versus Samir. So go ahead and try to get towards the mage, and I pop perception, trying to look for this rogue. The mage gets an invis, but so does my other mage, so I think they're gonna get each other out. My job right now is just to find the rogue. Unfortunately, I don't think I find him yet, so while the mage 1v1s this dude, I try to help him with a garrote and eviscerate, and then I immediately vanish so I can try to find this rogue if he tries to open on me. I don't end up finding him yet, but here I see he opens on my mage, so I go ahead and cheap shot him and use this pillar to try to line us up the poly. I go ahead and cloak the next poly and kidney him, and he trinkets, so I go ahead and vanish. I see he opens back up on my mage, so I blind the rogue and go back to the mage because he already ice blocked. And from here, the mage gets a sheep on the rogue, and that's pretty much GG. We finish the mage, and yeah, the rogue pretty much knows it's over, so he just ends up leaving. So yeah, if you guys like videos like this, like commentary videos like this, make sure you like and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And yeah, like I said before, I'll have a rogue guide coming out very soon, so look forward to that, and I'll definitely have some more of these commentary videos coming out in the future as well. So yeah, I hope this was helpful to you guys. Until next time, I'll see you guys in Classic TBC.